Perception, reaching our full potential. I'm Gigi.
I'm Alyssa.
And in this series, we'll be talking about a topic that's a little sensitive. So we'll be hoping that you view this with an objective point of view. We'll be talking about stigma. But first of all, what is stigma?
Stigma is the act of expressing negative attitudes towards a certain group of people due to their characteristics such as skin color, gender, disability, and health condition.
In addition to that, there are also different types of stigma that can affect a person's well-being, such as public stigma, self-stigma, perceived stigma, and label avoidance. Public stigma happens when there is a public endorsement of negative stereotypes and prejudices against a specific group of people, which influences discrimination. Self-stigma is when that specific reason internalizes public stigma, discriminating him or herself due to the public stereotypes.
Perceived stigma happens when you feel like other people have negative attitudes towards you because of your differences. This is when you feel like they think that there's something wrong with you when in fact that's not the case. And lastly, label stigma is the type of stigma wherein these people limit themselves from getting help because they're afraid of being discriminated against.
Now that we know the different types of stigma, tingnan naman natin yung mga effects nito sa mga population na tinatamaan nito. Since they've been discriminated against just because of their characteristics and attributes, this brings down their self-confidence and their whole being. Parang tinataboy na lang kasi sila ng society just for being different. If you remember the types of stigma that was mentioned before, we have the label avoidance wherein the person does not seek services that they need because they don't want to be negatively stigmatized.
Another effect of public stigma, since these negative stereotypes became a norm already, there's a negative effect in the environment that limits them from participating in activities that are required to be done in the society.
Due to the negative views by the society, a lot of these stigmatized groups face physical violence, verbal abuse, and harassment in different areas such as the workplace, schools, or even in the malls. After all of the influences that the types of stigma has given to these populations, it's no wonder why they would also doubt themselves. Parang lahat na lang kasi ng katauhan nila, sinasyon ng society, which should make them think, do I really deserve being treated like this?
So, what can we do about it? We can now see the unfair and unjust treatment against the discriminated people in the society, which is why Open Arms Organization created a video series with the aim of educating and spreading awareness regarding the different stigma in the Filipino community, which includes body image and discrimination against the potentials of low economic status and people with different abilities.
We aim to create a ripple effect on how a small change of mindset can affect one's views in the different discrimination that surrounds the society. Let's break the stigma and live with no bias. And that is the end of our first video. We hope that you'll stay tuned for the next episode, which tackles specific stigmas that surrounds the Filipino community. Thank you so much for listening.